So as promised, we're doing Lindell. And to be honest with you, I am so proud of this audience. You guys have wowed me with your observational abilities. Now, we can't feature everyone from the 5 platforms, our website, Telegram, Odyssey, BitChute, and Rumble. I know there's a whole lot of good ones, and try and find the one that encompasses the most from everyone. And a lot of you had pretty much the same thought process, not the same exact words, but the same thought process on Mike Lindell. And I like the Mike comment. So he goes, so this exercise is taking me back to a far distant place where I'm about to write an exam in class that I love knowing that I'm about to impale myself with my own answers. It's okay, Mike. We all feel this way. Now, as far as the video on mirror images, it doesn't really matter unless we're really trying to focus in on, brain access. So we have Raven 47 from the website as well. It brings up a pretty good part in here. And some of his looking down seems to be a result of his looking at the document that he eventually holds up to the camera. He seems to blink a lot, which could be a medical condition, habit, nervous, etc. Tic, which has nothing to do with the story he is telling. This is where we have the context issue, where we really need to know what's going on with the individual. Do a little bit of research. Mike Lindell is an ex-addict. He's been on drug raids, going back and forth in borders with drugs. Some of his story kind of reminds me of Breaking Bad. So when you have that kind of background in your life and now you've turned a new leaf and you're over to God, no matter how much you try and get away from it, your past will always show itself in the front. Someone who is jumpy around law enforcement with a past like that isn't unusual. And Raven 47, naturally, Lindell would be more excitable in his first clip as the incident had just happened. That's very true. That's the context. This is fresh. We should get the raw. Tinfoil guy. You did really good, by the way. He's leaning forward, which is likely because he is angry or frustrated. The smile when he shows the FBI orders seems to be coming from disbelief. He looks off to the right a couple of times as he's searching his mental database of the events that took place. Lots of fidgeting in his chair took place, which is likely a result of the tension he has from his frustration with the whole ordeal. That's a very good observation. Second video, he seems more in control of his emotion, is likely a bit tired. He's had more time to process the events. He looks off to our left several times like he's searching, but the pin on his jacket is on the opposite side from the first video. So one of these is mirrored. He's leaning back a lot more, so this one is less aggressive, but he has had time to settle down. I would say look at the parting of the hair, by the way. As I read this one, it's like, you know what? If there's 2 different mirrors, then the parting of the hair should be different. People generally do not change their hairstyle. I have to say this because, oh my gosh, this person knows me. Shifting forward. She's probably just trying to sense whether this BitChute audience is actually paying attention to what she's trying to teach us. Frankly, I watch her as much for the insights she provides on current events as for the body language tips. Of course, I am picking up and appreciate those useful tips. Thank you very much. Yes, I would like to know how much my audience from many different platforms are seeing and where I can critique my teaching so that they actually see more. It teaches me what I need to teach. And thank you, Heather. Yes, I like to teach, and I'm trying to have fun at it. So Pippin, H, I hope I said that right, is pretty good at this right here. A slight head tilt to the left, moves body forward, eyes look to the left, excessive blinking, sits back, open arms. This part, I think he's truthful and accessing memory. Part 2, looks down, shovels through papers, and states, I don't have a computer, everything is on my phone. I think he's not telling us the full story in this part. I agree with you on that one. Part 3, grinning, raising eyebrows, looks to the left, shows the warrant. In this part, he's just being comical and feeling devilish, poking at the big bad FBI. He's not scared of the FBI. Clip 2, not much difference, accessing memory at the beginning, the smirking at the end. A little bit more reserved, careful, and guarded though. Now here is a very good observation for remember context. Thank you, Marshmallow Bottom. Mike frequently fidgets and is a bit sporadic. He avoids contact with the camera when he starts talking about the phone. He leans back while he wants to run away. There's something on the phone the FBI took. Is it about the election, about Trump? Or could it be he fell off the wagon and there is evidence of his drug use on his phone? Very good, Marshmallow Bottom. There is something about that phone. There's something in there that he doesn't want out. It could be as innocent, or what we consider innocent, the government may not, that he bought some Bitcoin and made some money.
As the old saying goes, show me the man, I'll show you the crime.
We have no idea, but it really could be that innocent. And it could be as terrible as, he's covering up a murder or something. I doubt that. Lynn Soder, body language of blinking seems stress-induced. In itself, all by itself, remember, blinking is stress. That's all it denotes. It doesn't say deception by itself. None of the tells that you go through say deception by themselves. That is why when you do this, you must have more than one tell. I like to have 3, minimum 2, and an increase in the stress. So as we go and actually look at Lindell.
Today, the FBI, you're going to hear this, and you're probably already hearing it in the news. The FBI came after me and took my phone. They surrounded me at a Hardee's and took my phone that I run all my business, everything with.
Took my phone. So he leans into you. He's telling you the story. Now we've got our context that, he's got a really salacious background, which is going to add to the stress that he would have normally with the police. No matter how much money you have, it's always going to be there. And then towards it, as he gets through that, they took his phone. I'm going to lean in. I need you to buy my story. But he's got the truth telling in it. You see, actual, I'm accessing, they took my phone. Someone who's telling you the truth and they really need you to believe them because they're so used to being considered less than, and that goes with the background of his past, they're going to seem kind of shady. That's normal.
They could have just, what they've done is weaponize the FBI. It's disgusting. I don't have a computer. Everything I do up that phone, everything was on there, and they told me not to tell anybody. Here's an order not to.
So yeah, at this part when he's looking down, he was actually looking for that paper. I'm assuming he has more than one as we kept hearing things slide. So he wanted to show you his evidence, which then goes back to the mentality of always being thought of as less than because of his past.
Don't tell anybody. Okay, I won't. Well, I am. So there you
That is comical. Okay, I won't. One, his voice flows better with this. Okay, I won't. The genuine smile, the sarcastic portrayal, that flows. That's faster. So in the beginning, we see the uhs and the searching for words. You have to remember the context also in this is you're dealing with government. And eventually court will be an issue. So you have to think about what comes out of your mouth. Obviously, in this part, he's already decided,
I am so willing to disclose this subpoena. So at the very end of this, you hear, so there you go. Right at the beginning of the word so, he looks at someone, referencing probably a conversation about his steps in dealing with this issue. We don't know who it is. We don't know any keywords that are emphasized on for this. So all we can do is speculate.
Now we have the second video. This is in front of his free press, the Lindell report. And this would be the second telling of the story. Now, when you second tell a story, your mind sits there and is much calmer. It can filter out needless information. It can add in more important information or emphasize something that you feel needs to be emphasized. That is why the first telling of the story is the most important.
Well, everybody, welcome to the Lindell report. And I guess I have my own breaking news tonight. This afternoon, I went down.
So here we see more of the stressful, the eyebrows furrowed and believe me look. We did see some of the believe me look in the other video, but not the furrowed in.
Well, everybody, welcome to the Lindell report. And I guess I have my own breaking news tonight. This afternoon, I went down hunting in Iowa for the early teal season with my friend this morning at 4 a.m. We got up, headed down to Iowa. We were coming back, and we stopped to go through a Hardee's in Mankato, where I was born, in Mankato, Minnesota. And cars pulled up in front of us, to the side of us, and behind us. And I said, these are either bad guys or the FBI.
And then as he sits there and says, these are any bad guys or the FBI, that furrow comes out. So there's actually less stress in saying this. He still has the believe me look, but remember what we said about that. Context is key. Now, obviously, these clips are really, really short. There's obviously a longer version of the show. Again, thank you for all the commenters. There are so many good comments from so many of you. And there's definitely comments from those that tell me I need to be a little bit more specific when I show something. And not in the realm of the body movements in itself, but I need to definitely emphasize context. So, all in all, I am so happy with my audience.
If you like it, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
To be notified of all videos that get released, because not all of them can be posted here, in the description is a link to our Telegram channel, and if you subscribe, you'll be notified of every single video, and we don't spam it with anything else other than video releases.